Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. Before we start, I have a confession. I totally used Dave Ramsey's face for a clickbait thumbnail. So I just want to get that out of the way. So in this video, we're going to do a quick review of what Dave Ramsey teaches versus what we study when we talk about velocity banking. And you could pretty much see that Dave Ramsey does not like velocity banking. This is his associate George Camel, and there's velocity banking right here, and it says why this viral mortgage hack is a terrible idea, right? And then I found some other things that I thought, this guy does not like velocity banking or HELOCs. Is a HELOC a good idea? This is from the Ramsey Solutions website, and he says, heck no. He doesn't even say no. He says, heck no, right? And then if you take a look at baby step number one, when we do velocity banking, we do the exact opposite of this, right? Save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. And I don't know about you, but when you're broke, it's really hard to save $1,000. But if you use this velocity banking strategy, even though you have zero savings, which is what we're going to do, and which is kind of what our mantra is, zero savings, it might be a lot easier to pay off your debt. And I'll just do a quick demo. And here we have a spreadsheet of someone who's pretty much broke, right? Good income, lots of expenses, gone crazy with the credit cards, and I love using this 10 credit card example, right? 10 credit cards and a 300K mortgage, and this person has 1 penny of savings. Now, let me ask you this. Dave Ramsey teaches you that you need $1,000 emergency fund. If this person is this broke, how long is it going to take to save $1,000, right? So I may be pretty terrible at math, but I think it's 1,000 divided by 0.01, right? And it's going to take approximately about 100,000 months, right? 100,000. You give me 100,000 pennies. Well, 100,000 pennies. So I'm saving 1 penny a month. 100,000 pennies is $10,000. Now I know I'm not saving 1 penny a month because when you make the minimum payments on the credit cards, this number will go up minimally. So I'll say a little bit less than 100,000 months. Okay, but if you're in this situation and you only have 1 penny of savings, how in the heck are you going to save $1,000? Right? You'll be dead before that happens, right? Or no, maybe I'm just doing my math wrong. Okay, but what about this? What if we do the exact opposite of this and say we're going to have zero savings and go the opposite direction, right? Same income, zero savings, and what we're going to do is have something called cash flow, which people say is BS, to pay off our debt. Okay, so let's go ahead and copy these expenses, and we're going to do a little bit of re-engineering, refactoring of our debt to increase this cash flow number, right? So before we actually do that, let's just do a quick review of the velocity banking concept. All it is a debt payoff strategy using lines of credit as your main tool. A line of credit is a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay back, and use it over and over again. So a credit card is a line of credit, right? Velocity banking, you could use personal lines, home equity lines, credit cards for this, but the preferred tool is usually a home equity line of credit because it has the highest limits and the lowest interest rates because you're offering to the bank your home equity as your collateral, right? Home equity, what is it? It's the value of your home minus any debts tied to your home, like a mortgage. So, in order to do velocity banking, we do need two things. The budget. So your budget is like your debt attack plan because we want to get rid of all this debt. And we got 10 credit cards, we got a mortgage, and we got $167,000 of credit card debt in total with those 10 credit cards, right? And then we need a line of credit as our main operating account. And let's just assume because we're a homeowner, maybe we got a lot of equity. We don't know, 200,000. Let's just assume that we do, right? I have over $258,000 in lines of credit, and that's because I know the secret that the banks know, but they don't necessarily tell you, which is banks don't lend money to people who need it, right? And the way that I was able to amass so much credit is because I just got it when I didn't need it. So, right? That's just a secret. So now let's just do this. Instead of waiting 100,000 months, and maybe I'm a little bit over exaggerating, why don't I just move all of this credit card debt, right, which is $167,000 into here. So we're just going to do a simple debt transfer. So even though we haven't paid off our debt, we've increased this little thing called our cash flow. So right now, our cash flow and savings is the same. And the difference between B and column C is that column B uses their checking account to pay for things, whereas column C uses their line of credit as their main operating account. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set all of these to 0 because we just did a debt transfer of these 10 credit cards. And look how we went from 1 penny, 1 penny to $5,345.84 in day one without making more money. Now you tell me if in this situation you would go with baby step one and try to save $1,000 even though right now you only have a penny of savings, right? Like, would you do that? No, that would be ridiculous, right? Because you'll be dead before you ever get to the $1,000. But here we have $5,000 of cash flow, day one. And what's the actual strategy? The actual strategy is so easy. Paycheck into line of credit, expenses out, your balance goes down by about $5,000 plus the interest used for the line of credit. That's it. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, or 5,300. And then we're just going to rinse and repeat until all this is paid off, right? So now let's go ahead and just go ahead and do a calculation here. So to get the next month's balance, it's just the previous month's balance plus the previous month's interest minus this cash flow number, 5345.84, right? And then to get the interest, we just get the average daily balance, the average of these two numbers. That's an estimate there. So multiply it by the interest rate, 0.1, and then divide by 12. So you get that monthly interest. And then all you do is just copy and paste that formula. And then let's see where the red comes in, because red means it's paid off. 37 months. Okay, so 37 divided by 12. How many? So that's 3.08 years. So in 3.08 years, we paid $167,000 of debt. And we didn't even have to save $1,000. In fact, when we're doing it, our savings account was 0. Our savings account is essentially our line of credit, because if we have an emergency, let's say we're paying off our debt, right? We're paying off our debt. Oh my goodness, transmission broke, or some auto part. Let's say doing auto work costs us $3,000 or $4,000. Okay, no problem, right? It's just maybe a one more month of debt of payoff. Well, let's just check right here. Yeah, 30. Did it still pay off in the same? No way. See, I even had a $4,000 emergency here or here, and the debt payoff still took the exact same time, 37 months. My mind is blown, right? Oh, geez, my mind is blown. Anyways, so yeah, what do you think? Do you think Dave Ramsey is right? Or should I just make more Dave Ramsey clickbait thumbnails? Why this viral mortgage check is a terrible idea in velocity banking. Is a HELOC a good idea? Heck no. All right, and save $1,000. We did the exact opposite. We used a HELOC. We actually think about it. Like, when you do it this way, it's so stress free, right? Because all you got to do is dump your paycheck into a line of credit, expenses out, saving $1,000. Oh my goodness, that is so stress. That's a stress filled life, especially if you got a penny of savings. Right now, you're not going to have like 1 penny per month because, again, like I said, every time you make a credit card payment, your cash flow will go up. So it's not going to be like 100,000 months. Just exaggerating a little bit there, but we are using a HELOC, right? It was a stress-free way, at least for me it was, and I did not save $1,000, not at all, right? Because our line of credit, when we need emergencies, is our savings account. Okay, well, it's Korean Atlanta Mentorship, just cranking out a video before I go to sleep. Have a good night, everybody, and do you have $1,000 of savings? Because I don't, right? Just kind of some food for thought, and what Dave Ramsey thinks, although I actually listen to his show a lot, so I'm kind of a complete hypocrite. All right, have a great day, everybody, and we'll speak next time.